The sun bakes the earth in the heart of the Serengeti, its heat shimmering across the golden plains. Acacia trees stand like sentinels, casting thin shadows on the dry ground. Somewhere between the scattered rocks and swaying grass, life unfolds, wild, untamed, and merciless. A man stumbles across the plain. His clothes are torn, one arm hanging limp at his side, and blood darkens his shirt. He's a wildlife photographer named Daniel Hayes, and he's lost. A misstep on a rocky ridge during his solo expedition sent him tumbling, snapping his camera and breaking his radio. The pain in his shoulder pulses like fire. He has no water, no help, and obviously he's wandered too far from safety. Daniel's vision blurs and his legs shake almost uncontrollably. With a final gasp, he collapses in the tall grass near a small, rocky outcrop. Unknowingly, he falls at the edge of a lion's den. Inside, nestled among the boulders and warm shadows, a lioness stirs. Her name is Acacia. Her fur is rich and golden, her eyes the color of burning amber. Scars line her flanks, undoubtedly a sign of old battles won. She is a mother, as 3 tiny cubs squirm at her side, their squeaks muffled against her belly. She has not hunted in 2 days, guarding her young from the hyenas that stalk the edges of her world. Hunger gnaws at her, and exhaustion clings like dust. But instinct keeps her strong. Acacia's ears twitch, a sound, soft, ragged breathing. Her eyes narrow as she rises slowly, massive and graceful, her body fluid as water. She steps out of the shadows and sees the man. Daniel lies there motionless, his breath shallow. The wind stirs his hair. A line of ants crawls past his hand. Apparently, he's a stranger in the wild, wounded and utterly vulnerable. Acacia crouches, her tail flicking as she draws closer. Instinctively, a lioness defends her den with savage force. Intruders are met with fangs and fury. That is nature's law. She's built to be a ravager, with an instinct to always hunt, and nothing less. Yet as Acacia got closer, she doesn't strike. Instead, she watches, listens, sniffs the air. She smells blood, sweat, pain, and something else she couldn't obviously miss: fear. Her muscles tense. She takes 1 step, then 2. Her great paws make no sound on the earth as she circles the man slowly. She notices that his scent is unfamiliar, but not threatening. He does not move. He is not a hunter, not a hyena, and lying there helplessly, he doesn't seem like a threat either. Just then, a groan escapes Daniel's lips. His eyes flutter, catching a blur of golden fur. He sees her, massive, terrifying, a lioness, just feet away. His heart feels like it stopped for a second. This is the end, he thought to himself. So he lies there. He doesn't scream. He can't even run. But Acacia doesn't pounce either. She stands still, her head tilted, her ears angled toward the sound of her cubs mewling softly behind her. Her gaze flicks from Daniel to the den, then back again. A full minute passes. Then the impossible happened. Acacia lies down, right beside him. The grass rustles as her body settles close, her warmth radiating toward the shivering man. She doesn't touch him, doesn't growl, just lies there, as though keeping watch. Daniel's mind spins. He can't trust what he's seeing. Could it be the pain, the heat, or maybe it's a hallucination? A lioness isn't supposed to do this, not ever. But here she is, doing the unthinkable. And then, night falls. The wind dies down, and the sky bursts into stars. And there they lie, man and lioness, strangers beneath the same sky, breathing the same dust. Hours pass. Daniel slips in and out of consciousness. At one point, he wakes to feel something warm brush against his back. A cub, tiny, curious, has wandered from the den and nestled beside him. Acacia watches but does nothing. She only lifts her head briefly, then rests it again. In her world, weakness is death, but tonight, she has made space beside her cubs for a human. Miles away, a rescue team begins their search. Daniel's disappearance was reported by his guide when he failed to return. They fan out across the savannah, calling his name, scanning for tracks. They find a torn piece of cloth caught on a thorn bush. They find blood, a trail, faint but fresh. Not long after, dawn breaks with a golden sigh. The savannah wakes, stretching beneath the rising sun. Birds cry, gazelles leap through the morning light. Daniel is awake. He stirs as pain laces through his shoulder. Just then, he thinks he has seen a ghost, but it's Makena. She's still there. So are the cubs, all three tumbling and climbing over her. One of them paws at Daniel's boot, then scampers back. The lioness watches with steady eyes. She does not threaten. She is calm. Daniel tries to sit up, gritting his teeth. A low whimper escapes him. Makena shifts, but doesn't rise. Instead, she does something that almost steals the breath from his lungs. She leans forward and presses her nose gently to his side, just once, then withdraws. He stares at her, and for a moment, just a moment, the fear fades. All that's left is awe. Then suddenly, shouts in the distance. The search team is near. Makena lifts her head, alert. She stands, and the cubs huddle close. Boots pound the ground. Radios crackle. A figure crests a nearby hill. "Daniel!" Daniel raises a hand weakly. The rescuers rush toward him and stop dead immediately when they see Makena. She is there, standing tall, watchful, and unmoving. No one moves either, as a single wrong move could end everything. But Makena does not charge. She stares at the humans, then turns to Daniel one last time. Their eyes meet, then she nudges her cubs gently and with the dignity of a queen, disappears into the tall grass. Back at camp, Daniel is treated for his injuries. The story he tells is met with disbelief. "A lioness let you sleep beside her cubs?" someone asks. Unfortunately, he has no photos. His camera shattered in the fall. All he has is a memory, sharp, surreal, sacred. But the marks in the dirt, the paw prints around his body, the cub-sized impressions, they tell the story too. Days later, Daniel returns to the edge of the den, escorted by rangers. They stand afar off, just far enough for him to stand in silence and look. But there is no sign of her. Yet he's convinced she was real. Makena, the lioness who saw him not as prey, but something more. He doesn't understand why she spared him, why she let him lie there, inches from her young. But deep down, he doesn't need to understand. He felt it. He was there, and he will never be the same. Far away, Makena lounges beneath a tree. Her cubs play in the shade as she watches them with calm eyes. In her world, every choice is survival. But on that day, she made a choice that defied the laws of the wild. She has extended grace to a wounded man. And that's the story of Makena, the lioness who did the unthinkable, a predator who chose peace, a mother who saw something worth protecting in a wounded stranger. The savannah is full of danger, of instinct, of fierce survival, but sometimes, in its heart, something gentle stirs. If this story moved you, leave a comment, share it, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the wild. Until next time, keep exploring and never stop believing in the unexpected.